I'm Wolf from Healing Wolf Coaching, here to run with you across the finish line of the marathon of recovery from chronic pain, anxiety, panic attacks, insomnia, gastritis, irritable bowel, interstitial cystitis. There's a whole bunch of conditions which are completely plastic because the sensations of protection are coming from your mind, your unconscious mind. Brain is wired to send protection. We're unwinding those wirings and rewiring your brain with techniques like today's deep dive into outcome independence. So before we dive into that, let's take a deep breath in through the nose, and then we're going to hold it for 5 seconds, and then we're going to exhale for 10 seconds. Okay, inhale, hold, exhale. Outcome independence, a huge part of pain reprocessing therapy. So outcome independence is an ancient practice. The earliest I know about it is from Buddha, who taught to give your best effort and then release the outcome. So on a recovery journey, let's say you're dealing with chronic back pain and you feel more back pain when you do something like take a walk around the block. So this happened to me on my own journey when the pain was at its most intense. Walking around the block was really a challenge. I actually wrote a song called Walk Yourself Out of Hell, just from going through that experience. And the outcome independence means that I would take my walk and have an attitude of independence around whether or not the pain would go up, the pain would go down, all that kind of stuff. Like my attitude, my mood stayed constant. And now that was work. So like I had to work my mood and say, Wolf, remember outcome independence today. You took your walk. That's great. You're moving forward with your life. You're expanding your capacity. Your brain and body are adapting to this new expanded capacity. So if you have more sensations, you're still going to keep your mood up. You're still going to be spiritual today. Lift your spirits. Dr. Kataria of Laughter Yoga says being spiritual is lifting your spirits. And if you can lift other people's spirits, great. So outcome independence. And we can not only apply that to graded exposure or less than graded exposure, what I call leaps, but we can also apply that to any kind of a practice that we're doing on a recovery. So if you've had gastric sensations, which I had as well, and you eat something and you find that the sensations increase, you still guide your mind to feel good that you did it, that you ate something that tasted good, that was nutritious, whatever positive attributes you can give to that experience of eating that thing to keep your mood independent of the outcome. So you went into it with an optimistic mood, with a lighthearted curiosity, and you ate something. You ate something that in the past had been a trigger. And so as you moved into that and really got into it, tasted it, and sent yourself messages of safety the whole time, just slow breathing, presence, an attitude of gratitude around the food, around the fact that you have food, around the fact that that food is going to feed your body and take care of you and give you all the nutrients you need. That kind of attitude comes with the outcome independence, because when you have that attitude going in and you maintain that attitude going out, your mood has not been shifted by the outcome. So let's say you meditate, and I've heard a lot of practitioners talk about this, where they say, well, meditation, and also clients, meditation is not helpful because when I meditated, I just kept having this expectation of an outcome. that my pain would get better, my anxiety would get better. And with meditation, there's no judgment around the outcome. So even if you weren't on a journey of recovery and healing, you'd still have this idea that as you meditate, it's not about doing the meditation and then measuring something. You're not measuring any kind of outcome. You're meditating for the meditation's sake. You're walking for walking's sake. You're eating for eating's sake. And it's not about what happens after. Now, underlying all of that, underlying the whole concept of outcome independence, is the theory, well proven with studies like the Boulder back pain study, that outcome independence is a big part of long-term getting the outcome you want. So we're not outcome independence in the global picture, in the huge picture. We want to recover. So we want that outcome. But on a day-to-day basis, a moment-to-moment basis, a week-to-week basis, expand, expand, expand. We want to just hold the mindset that this is a nonlinear journey, and if we can continue to show up and do the things that expand our life and that also have been triggers, it trains our mind that they're safe, that it's okay. So when it comes to meditation, some people will say to me, I've heard clients say, oh, I can't meditate because my mind goes crazy. I get all these thoughts and my monkey mind is just running all over the place. Well, even master meditators still get thoughts popping in, still get sensations popping in. The difference is the master meditator goes to the meditation knowing that that's okay. It doesn't matter how it goes. Doesn't matter if a bunch of thoughts pop in. Doesn't matter if sensations pop in. Doesn't matter if emotions come up and bubble out. That's all allowed. So as you allow it, that attitude of allowing, whatever happens, happens. That allowing mentality, that allowing, knowing in your heart that this is a journey of ups and downs, and some days better than others, but over time you recover. So the meditator, the master meditator, still has the same stuff as the novice meditator. It's just that the master meditator doesn't judge it. Comes out of the meditation and moves to the next thing with presence. Like, okay, meditation's over, and it was good to have done it. So outcome independence. Keep your mind tuned to this concept. It was good to have done. And how do we know it was good to have done? Because it was something in the past that provoked more fear. And if you can move through it and have less fear and have that your mood remain positive or at least neutral around anything that comes out of this experience, then you're on the golden road to recovery. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm also having on July 16th at 8 p.m. on Zoom, I'm going to be having a free Q&A for chronic pain, anxiety, and panic, some of the major conditions that I help clients with. So if you want to be included with that Zoom link, then head over to my website at healingwolfcoaching.com and sign up for my mailing list. It's a super easy way for me to get the Zoom link to you because I don't have the time or energy to send everyone the Zoom link individually and deal with lots of emails and so on. So it's better to just put it in the system and I'll see you there. So that's Wednesday, July 16th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd love it if you subscribe to this channel. I'd love it if you give yourself a hug for listening, and let me know how it goes with the outcome independence, because for me it took some time. It took a lot of walking and swimming and going through what some people call a flare, but I call a recovery reaction, to get to the point where I was cool, whatever happened, I'm gonna be cool, right? So think about like a jazz musician, whatever happens, he's cool, right? Shows up at the club and the club's locked, which actually happened to me when I was playing music in New York City. The club's locked. I'm cool with it. I'll hang out. Or in my case, I actually climbed through a window so we could get in there and set up. So that was interesting. So jazz musician, cool. Reggae musician, Rastafarian, cool, chill. Whatever's happening is happening. Whatever happens, happens. This idea, outcome independence. So jazz musician gets to the club, forgets the saxophone. Well, maybe another jazz musician shows up, has got one in his car. Cool, that works. There's like this outcome independence. Maybe there's a power outage and the gig's canceled. That's cool. Or the club is packed and it's really hot during the set, during the show. That's cool. That's fine. So that attitude of a jazz musician, hey, if the night goes great and everybody loves the music, fantastic. If there's two people there and one of them is drunk, passed out on the floor, and the other one's looking the other way, that's cool too. It's all about doing the thing. So do the thing, get out there. I love you. I know you can do this. And this channel and my mission is to get you through.